grandmother, family matriarch since the early 1950s, passed away on January 27, 2013, Carol Indy. She was 85 years old and leaves behind a husband of 68 years, 7 children, 20 grandchildren, and 6 great-grandchildren. Born in 1928 to an Indian Orthodox family, my grandmother was the eldest daughter and a caretaker for all 14 siblings. In 1944, at the age of 16, she was married and moved in with her in-laws. By 1948, the couple purchased property about a mile from their parents' home and built a modest 2-room house. A year later, her first daughter was arrived. At the time, the family business was successful and the future seemed bright for the family. About 2 years later, her father-in-law passed away, leaving her husband to manage the business. With her spouse spending most of his weekend hours in business, she was left to care for the home, her grandparents, her husband's grandparents, mother, siblings, whose ages ranged from 2 to 20, and her own children. It was through these years of sacrifice, hard work, and love that she grew into the role of matriarch we remember as. While her husband struggled to keep the business alive, she struggled to care and manage the household. Waking at dawn to make breakfast and scratch, she would feed her children and walk about a mile to her in-laws, and then assist them for their breakfast. This trip was repeated throughout the day to ensure that both households had what they would need to survive and thrive daily. Being the eldest in her own family, she would occasionally journey over 15 miles to visit her parents and make sure the needs of that household were met. The long journey were met, but many times resulted in her returning home the following day. In the late 60s, she did something that other parents in the area were not doing. She encouraged and supported her oldest daughter to go to nursing school in order to become a nurse. This is the first time. This is the time when she occasionally went to sleep on an empty stomach because there was not enough food in a 2-room house. The end paid off, and her eldest daughter was given the opportunity to work in New York as a registered nurse. In 1977, my grandmother traveled to the United States to help deliver her first grandchild. She often spoke about this journey to America, as it was one of her favorite stories. Her mode of transportation until that time was her own 2 feet, and occasionally relied on an oxen-led buggy, and the first and very infrequent ride in a car. On this trip, she took cars to train, a train to Mumbai, and then left India on plane to New York. The flight included stops along the way: Frankfurt, Germany, Paris, France, and finally JFK Airport. All this travel was accomplished with only the knowledge of no more than a dozen English words. In the next few years, she called for each of her children to the United States. One by one, they came and worked together, and today they all are living the American dream. Over the years, when there were arguments in the family or misunderstandings, she always knew what to say, and she was always all about healing and forgiveness. She had a way of bringing people together, and she was really our family peacemaker. Our grandmother led a very principled life. She was a woman who led by example. She was an honorable woman. Every night, she would make sure we sing a few worship songs, read 2 or 3 chapters of the Bible, and pray before dinner. She did this alongside our auction and whoever else was visiting. She was always a positive woman. She always found the best in people, and she did not gossip ever. She had a great sense of humor and always made us laugh. And she had a funny laugh too, which made us laugh even more. She always reminded us to give to the poor. During the past 3 decades, when she experienced more financial freedoms than ever before, she actually did experience more. You can never tell though by the way she dressed. She was a simple woman. The way she acted also, she remained modest and generous. Her life experience is rooted in caring for others and her devotion to her husband. This enabled him to focus on his family and her family, and they were united. Her life experience is rooted in caring for others and her devotion to her husband enabled him to focus on family business. This relationship gave her a knack for knowing whom to give to and whom not to give to.
in my grandfather's arms. Her lifelong dedication to our family is the glue that binds us together for the future. She leaves behind 7 children, 7 son and daughter-in-laws, 20 grandchildren, 6 grandchildren-in-laws, and 6 great-grandchildren, who are blessed beyond her wildest dreams. She leaves behind a wonderful legacy and a story that we hope we can continue to share to the future generation. On behalf of all the cousins, Amachi's grandchildren and great-grandchildren, we thank you for this time, and we miss you and we love you, Amachi. Thank you so much for leaving us a great legacy.